This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Welcome in. We're live in Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. Pauly, right now, the number on the board behind us, more than 5,400 entries, $1,000 a pop into the 2025 version of Circa Survivor. And we have a former winner with us in studio, Mike Buchmiller, kind enough to come in studio here on a Tuesday afternoon. Was one of the entries anyway to take down the contest back in 2022. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I mean, what a time to be alive. I mean, is there anything better than the prospects of the NFL football season and signing up for these contests? You know, it's all the possibilities, all the dreams. You know, it is just the most incredible contest ever.
It really is. And you think about it, you probably think about it year round.
Oh, gosh. Year round. Yes, I do dabble in other things, but there is nothing that beats these contests. There is nothing that beats the NFL.
And so if you haven't watched yet any of the episodes on the quest for $14.2 million, Mike's home is showcased in one of the episodes. I think it was episode 3 or 4, right around there. Pauly called this the best man cave he's ever seen. He's not going to get an argument from me. That layout that you have at your house, tell people that have not seen it yet what it's like.
You guys are more than welcome. Truth be told, it's a close friends. I have a nice setup, but our friend Blaze, he invites any and everybody over. It is a mini Circa for sure. And I've said we should invite Derek over. He should set up a book there because the money, the bets, the sweats that go on there for and against in Survivor is absolutely incredible. So come one, come all. It is a mini Circa for sure.
It is top notch, no doubt about it. So there was also a quote in that episode where Johnny Vegas said, "I am going to enter this every single year the rest of my life." Think about, if you do it once, you're not going to stop, right?
Oh.
So that's why this is going to continue to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, there's no chance that I'm missing this contest. Once you enter it, it is the excitement. You cannot replicate getting to the finish line, getting within 2 or 3 weeks, much less getting there. And the worst day of the year is when you bust out of Survivor.
That's right.
It is the most incredible feeling. Mm-hmm. It's like a gut punch. It's like losing a family member. It's incredible. Hence Survivor sweat and hence the marketplace and how that's just exploded. When you get knocked out, you get a second life. You get a second chance.
Yeah, you can go there. You can get reinvestigated. So what happened last year around week 4? Was that on one of your tickets or you got back in on another ticket? How did that work?
No, my partner and I got all the way through. We busted out with the Houston Texans. Lost to the Titans, happened to be the worst, ended up being the worst team in NFL football. We lost the week before Thanksgiving. Fairbairn misses the 28-yarder after Collins' TD gets called back, which incredible. So, we take some time, we step back, and we had a few people reach out to us, and we actually helped 2 people get to the finish line last year. Unfortunately, they were on the Falcons on week 18, but we were down here with the emotions of all the other, there was 18 at the time that were left in week 18. I'm not sure if they were all down here, but to be down here on week 18 and to see, the first half of those games in the morning games, the emotions are just unbelievable.
So what do you think happens this year? Your partner James came in and said it was last year actually. James Sullivan said, 20,000. Yeah. No problem. Do you think it's 20,000, 21,000 this year? And then one guy, right off the bat in episode 1 of the documentary, says 100,000, 150,000 by 2030. By 20, maybe you get, if Jessica Hearns could win, that could happen.
Oh, for sure.
You think a woman winning
there's
changes?
More groups and people getting involved, and there's one-offs. I remember sitting next to Derek, and he was discussing last year the possibility of it maybe getting to 12. I told him, we're getting over 14. And he looked at me and he just said, I don't see it. We told him this year, it's minimum 17. It may touch 20. It may. And this thing's just going to continue to grow, as you know. Everybody that you know is talking about it. It's not, nobody's talking about fantasy football anymore. Everybody's talking about Circa Survivor.
So if we're here in a couple of years and it's 30,000, so what do you do with strategy? What are you going to do this year? What are you going to do the next coming years if you got to knock out 25, 30,000 people?
It's tough strategy every year. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you're trying to navigate a field that big. You got to stay off the chalk. I know it's easy to say, hard to do, but if you win, they all win, and nobody's going to get cut here. So, I mean, you just try to pick your spots and try to navigate that big field by taking some teams that are a little bit under the radar and staying off the common pick, if you will.
Yeah. So I do think, Paul, under that scenario, like if it does touch 30 down the road, and it will at some point, and then 40 or 50, Circa can also change the rules.
Sure.
And at some point, they can say, by week 10, you need to start taking 2 teams a week, whatever they want. That way, it's going to guarantee that the field's going to get cut down. It just will.
Yeah, there was discussion about that last year because obviously there was so much carnage at the beginning. It's like, oh, they're going to have a second chance survivor. But then things tend to settle down.
Right.
There was obviously a lot of carnage at the beginning, and then there was the settle down of it, and then you started to see it became a sharp pool. It was very difficult to find out where those equities, where those entries were going to land week to week. And you can see the type of entries that were left, the people that were playing them. It wasn't a coincidence that they were fading the chalk and they were able to navigate and find a path as opposed to the common pick. What was it, the first 2 weeks? The common pick, the chalk went down right off the Bengals. Week 2,
Ravens were a popular one, blew that big lead.
The Raiders. How did the Raiders win that game?
Down 10 late, come back and win in Baltimore. Are you kidding me?
It's incredible. It's unbelievable. You just don't think it's going to happen, and there's just really no safe spots. So, it's tough to be on that top pick. And, there's times where, we tried to game where the public was going to land, and the reveal show, we find out we're on the common pick. And win or lose, it felt like we lost. And so, just trying to, we would make wagers based on where everybody's going to land. And, you're just trying to game it out as best as possible. At the end of the day, you got to go 20-0 to win the main, in my opinion, because there's so many people involved. And it's just not easy to do. You just got to find that path and stay off the chalk and try to navigate that field. I
like what Rob said in one of the episodes, Indiana Jet, who won it back in 2023. After all that carnage, like in the first 3 to 4 weeks, it was down to 600 plus entries. And he just said, I get it. You're feeling really good if you have an entry right now. But let me tell you, you have a lot of football left, and you need to plan on winning all 20 weeks.
Oh, there's no question.
You have to go in with that idea.
The year we won it, I remember it got down to 99. And my wife said, wow, you're super close. And I go, oh, we are not close. Let's make that clear. This is a winner-take-all pool. You finish in the top 10, what do you get?
Zippo, unless you're hedging big time, down the stretch, which you
exactly.
You got to monetize somehow.
Absolutely. And, people have to be careful with that because they can get, outside their bankroll when they're doing that. It depends on how far you are away in terms of weeks, because that adds up. Your hedge number for sure.
It does, yep.
And so, you feel like you're within the top 100. You feel like you're there, but you're really not there. And I've had this discussion with my partner and others that play this. You're inside the top 30 and you're not there. I mean, it is incredible. And you see yourself 12, 10, 8, still not there. And the year we were fortunate enough to get to the finish line, we were looking out for anybody out on Twitter. There was no platform, nothing promoting this contest. We wanted to continue. We wanted to find people that were out there to see if we can get a save, what we want to do. I mean, I love to bet football games, but I don't like to flip coins for millions of dollars.
Yeah, well said. Absolutely. So when did David Baker come in, the poker player, get involved with the website?
So David Baker, great friend of ours, amazing poker player, and just he's done very well in these contests. And we have some common friends, and we had him on our Survivor Sweat pod, and we got a lot of positive feedback. And he understands how excited we are about this and how passionate we are about this. And just the organic talk of the marketplace came about in year 1 through the podcast of busting out, feeling that that gut punch and saying, it would be great if we can buy back in, invest in somebody, get some shares, and lo and behold, Survivor Sweat says, let's do this. Let's go for it. And it's just been a hit.
So it doesn't end there, too. You're also getting the Grandissimo, which we're going to talk about coming up as well.
We continue here with Mike Buchmiller, won the Circa Survivor contest, one of the winners back in 2022. He is now with Survivor Sweat. We can dive into that a little bit more here coming up. Here is the piece of advice maybe you want to approach the season with this year if you're in it with other partners or with other groups. A guy that I do a couple of entries with every single year heard us kick this around yesterday. He goes, I love that idea. He doesn't want to talk about it until Friday because he doesn't want to have a heart attack over this thing like in weeks 3, 4, 5, 6, the entire time during the football season. Like he wants to enjoy it as well. What do you think about that?
Wait, isn't this supposed to be a fun contest?
It is, but then it's cardiac arrest time.
I don't know. My partner and I, we usually touch base on Wednesday. We shoot our pod on Wednesday, and we start talking through the process. We look at the numbers. We look at the equities where we think people are land, and we have a conversation on Wednesday, obviously. Thursday. Friday, we start getting to... We have 2 or 3 teams we feel like we're going to land on, and then we sleep on it. We wake up Saturday morning, and we just review it all, and the more we talk, the clearer it seems to get for us. It works for us. Other people have their ways of going about picking their teams, but we dot our I's, cross our T's, make sure we are comfortable where we're going to land, and we just go with it. You have to have that conviction, and to your point, you have to have a team that you want to, sleep at night on. But at the end of the day, you have to take teams. You can't take the Chiefs every week.
Right.
And as we talked about, you said you busted out with the Giants last year.
Right.
My son comes walking down the stairs. I'm sweating the game. It's the across the pond.
Right.
And he goes, the Giants? Really? And I'm like, buddy, at some point, you have to land on some of these fringe teams.
Oh, you're going to take a team multiple times throughout the year that will make you want to throw up in your mouth.
Yeah, of course.
You have to.
Yeah, of course. And if they win and you get through, you're a genius. If you don't, well.
It's always next year.
There's always the marketplace.
Yeah, that's even better, yeah.
So before the game, if Mitch reaches out to you, what's the process? How fast is it where it's like you negotiate, I want to sell a piece, it's worth $130,000. I still want control of the pick, but all this stuff is negotiable and up there on the website.
Yeah, I've quickly redirected people to James over at Survivor Sweat. I've seen it done in less than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That quick.
Beautiful.
They got the paperwork. For Grandissimo, people are jumping on us right now. We have about 20% left, last I heard. I signed DocuSigns all day long of people jumping on board and wanting a piece.
What did you think was going to happen when you did that? You bought 2 Grandissimo.
Yeah.
So what did you think? Did you anticipate this response?
Well, we reached out to a few of our partners, and they were all in. And then we reached out to some listeners, some people that we've become associate friends with, and they're all in. I mean, it was just going like hotcakes. We were going to do 1, and we quickly learned, we had to do 2.
Really?
And to maximize our opportunity to win this, I think you got to have 2.
So are you still selling pieces right now? If anybody listening right now wants a piece of your Grandissimo entry or entries.
As of yesterday, there was 20% left. But it's going fast. I signed some DocuSigns this morning as well.
Wow.
And they could find that easily by going to survivorsweat.com.
Go to survivorsweat.com, go to the marketplace, a quick click. There's phone numbers, emails. They'll reach out immediately, and you can jump aboard.
Well, here's the thing, too. Clearly, you guys know what you're doing. Previous winners, and again, last year you had 3 tickets leading into that Week 10 game when it was down to like 100-plus people. That was it. So you guys are making deep runs here.
Yes. 2021, we made it, I want to say, like 175. We were sub 200. Obviously, we had the run in 2022 where the stars aligned. Last year, we made another deep run. I mean, skill and luck. I think there's strategy in this contest for sure. I've heard people say that it's strictly luck. I disagree with that.
What was your number originally in Grandissimo when Derek announced it and shocked a lot of people with the $100,000 buy-in? What were you thinking that this could get to now that we're at 16 and he's already surpassed?
Yeah, we were anticipating a 25K entry, the 100K entry, kind of whoa, but it was a lot of positive feedback. You can follow Twitter and find. A lot of people, just the hits that were going on. I put the original line at 28.5. Looking now at 16, I think we hit 30. Yeah. Maybe more. There are some people who think we might get 40, 50. I'm not so sure about that. But there are some groups putting together the finances to do it.
There's also this. We brought this up yesterday. One of the episodes, I think it was episode 5. Again, the quest for 14.2 million. Episode 6 starts tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific, right here on VSiN. It's going to be on YouTube TV. Again, vsin.com/survivor. Scotty Tribuco has been on this show many times, but he sold the largest ticket, I think, in Survivor Sweat history last year. But he kind of had to, right? Because he only had Chicago left in that Thanksgiving weekend. And we had the guest on yesterday who had a couple on Seattle, and they're like, he's got the Bears up for sale. We should probably take that as some insurance, and they did.
Smart play. I'd rather do that than, come out of pocket to hedge, and to be clear, he still had a piece of that entry moving forward because the max you could sell is 99% of it. So he got the intrinsic value of that, and he was able to still have a small piece moving forward just in case it hit the finish line.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe what happened last year with week 3, people were selling.
Left and right.
Yes.
Because the NFL is a week-to-week league. It was turning over. I mean, nobody knew what was going to happen. You had the Bengals go down, the Ravens go down. It's the NFL. It's every week this thing can turn over. Yeah. Injuries, what have you. Obviously, Christmas, Thanksgiving, those weeks. Mm-hmm. If you have a chance to monetize, pull out, and continue to move forward, why not?
Yeah. There was a guy who came down from Canada. He got all 10. And he wanted just to make some money on the contest. And he was there, I think, after week 3. And he goes, there you go. You can have them all. I made money. I did my job. I hit my goal. And that's that.
And they were going for $30,000.
Massive amounts of money.
Yeah.
So you can kind of have, I wonder if that's going to happen even more this year now, especially like if 2025 is a carbon copy of the early 2024 season. I think more people are going to say, get me out of this. Take this off my hands right now.
Yeah, and think about the Grandissimo, because it could get chopped really quick. It could be down to 10. It could be down to 15, 12, 8. The FOMO of people wanting back in is real.
Oh, absolutely.
You bust out in week 1, week 2.
Yes.
You want back in.
You don't want to wait another year.
No, of course not. You want in now. And so, I mean, it's just an incredible way to continue to play this contest. And again, you don't have to buy the whole thing. You can buy pieces, you can buy shares, you could sell pieces and sell shares. And just to have that ride with somebody, you make friends for life. We jumped on board after we busted out last year with 2 people and helped get them to the finish line. Unfortunately, they had the Falcons. As I'd said off air, I actually wanted the Cardinals. I thought I wanted to be isolated, but walking up to the window with that hedge number was not the right thing to do.
Another part of the whole thing
to do was to take the Falcons that were 8.5 point favorites. Yeah. I want to say that they got plus 360 on the hedge line as opposed to even money with, I think it was plus 110 or minus 110 with the Cardinals against the Niners. So, at some point, you do have to lock up that value. And, everybody's finances is different.
Sure. Yeah.
But, even though the Falcons lost, they won.
Revisit a question from earlier. The perfect storm to get this over 25,000. Is it a woman winning? Is it a big-time celebrity with the help of the documentary here, a Dana White, somebody like that?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. The documentary is definitely helping, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And to have a cast of characters, somebody easy on the eyes. Obviously, you said, a female participant, all comers. This is a contest that's all you have to do is pick a winner. We're not talking about, -3, -3.5. It's not the point spread. It's pick a winner each week and survive.
I think a perfect character early on here of this year's show is Irish Mike from San Diego.
Yes.
lifelong. This will tell you all you need to know. Yeah. Lifelong Chargers fan. He stopped watching the NFL, didn't care after they moved from San Diego to L.A., started playing Circa Survivor, and he got his love back for the league.
Without a doubt.
Because of the contest.
Strong.
Without a doubt.
Strong.
Without a doubt. Because week in and week out, not only are you rooting for your team, but you're rooting for teams to clip others. And so, I mean, I'm a lifelong Titans fan. Look how that's turned out. So I end up rooting for the Titans each week to beat the top teams. I mean,
sure.
You're always rooting for the underdog to knock off the chalk teams.
The Quest for $14 million, the 10-part doc following the drama, strategy, and heartbreak. Catch it tonight. Final 5 episodes through the 16th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Watch the first 5 if you fell behind, if you missed one. VSiN.com/survivor, VSiN.com/survivor.
Mike, that was awesome. Thanks for the time today.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you having me on.
Yep. Former Circa Survivor winner Mike Buchmiller, Survivor Sweat.